Hi there, I'm Yava, a student at Whitworth University. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to teach you a simple way to create and design a character. Here are just a couple examples of what your character design could become. Now, don't worry if you're not an artist or a writer, because you don't have to be. This tutorial is meant for everyone, regardless of where you're at. To begin, the only supplies you'll need are a few sheets of blank paper to draw on, and a pen or pencil. First, let's divide our drawing space into thirds. Each section will present a step in our process: brainstorming, design, and development. So let's start with brainstorming. Write out the following labels with space underneath to answer: height, build, time period, job, outfit, feature, and object. Now that we've finished our labels, let's walk through what each one means. Note that you don't need to be super specific here. For height, you can just say something like short or even average. Build refers to body type. Is your character in shape? Are they short and thin or short and squat? Next is time period, which you can make basically anything, from modern day, the Jurassic period, even several decades into the future. You can even make it a fictional time period, like a medieval fantasy world or the zombie apocalypse. For job, we're trying to figure out how your character spends their day, or how they provide for themselves. Maybe your character is a bounty hunter, or a wizard's apprentice, maybe even an accountant. Or, they could even be a couch potato. Then we're going to think of what kind of outfit this character would wear. Focus on how your character's job and the time period they're living in would determine the way that they actually dress. Again, don't get too caught up in the details here. If you're getting stuck, think more about your character's general style of clothing rather than the particular outfit. For feature, we want to find something that stands out about your character. Maybe they got a funky eye color or scar of some sort. It could even be something unrelated to their appearance, like their voice. I urge you, be creative with this. And finally, object, which refers to an item that is important to your character. Popular ones include weapons, accessories, or tools your character frequently uses. For inspiration, it may also help to think about the objects that are meaningful or valuable in your own life. Alright, now that we completed the brainstorming part of a character sheet, we can actually start drafting our design. Now, our goal is not to create a pretty picture. All we're doing is coming up with a few ideas of what a character would look like based on the brainstorming we did earlier. If you're stuck, find a reference image or character design you like or think would be similar to the look you're going for. Also, remember that a simply drawn character design is better than no character design. And with that, happy drawing. Now on to the next and final part, which is character development. There are many ways you can tackle this, but let's start with some basic questions about a character. What kinds of attitudes or beliefs about the world does your character have? What past experiences make them who they are now? What are some of your character's strengths? And what are some weaknesses? Lastly, how will they grow and develop in the future? These prompts are aimed at getting into your character's head and seeing how their backgrounds shape who they are and how they behave. Feel free to be as detailed or as general as you want with them, and try to consider how your character sees themselves and the world around them. And with that, we're done. You can use this approach to continue brainstorming and developing characters for anything you want, or just for fun. There are many ways you can branch off from the techniques we covered here. You find many tutorials online that can teach you more about drawing, creative writing, and even how to make comics if you enjoy doing both. I've linked a few down in the description to help you get started. That's all we have for you in this video today, so thanks for watching. We hope you got something out of it, and if you did, be sure to check out the MLSE channel for more videos like this one. See you next time.